Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring by Peter Jackson. It stars way too many people I know. Okay, before even talking about this film, I want to reassure everyone that I'm watching the extended cut of the trilogy in 4K on my ultra-wide display with virtual surround sound to have the best experience I can. Moving on, since this is around 4 hours for each film in the trilogy, I've decided it would be best to split these films into two, or else most of the important bits will probably have to be cut for the YouTube version. I plan to watch one every week for the next 3 weeks. The full-length video is on my Patreon, by the way. Finally, let's talk about the film itself. I I had a secret for the longest time. Whenever I got asked whether I watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I always used to say yes. I actually didn't, since I wasn't the biggest fan of epic fantasy, as you already might know. That was until Game of Thrones came along, and I fell in love with that. The first couple of seasons of that show were brilliant, but David and Dan completely ruined it by the end. I've read the books, though, and they're leagues better than the show. I've been waiting for The Winds of Winter for almost a decade to come out. Come on, George Martin, it's almost been 10 years. Just give it to us. Anyways, to convince my friends that I've actually watched this franchise, I do know the basic premise of the series. I know that there is the One Ring, which corrupts people, and Frodo and Sam, with the help of Gandalf, have to return the ring to Mordor. I don't know where or what that is, by the way. I know there are wizards, elves, hobbits, and probably other creatures, and the primary antagonist is called Sauron. Oh, and I also know that there is a creature called Gollum who says, "My precious," although I lack context for that. I know all the actors in the poster in the background, like Elijah Wood, Ian McKellen, Liv Tyler, Viggo Mortensen, Sean Astin, Kate Blanchett, Hugo Weaving, Sean Bean, Orlando Bloom, Andy Serkis, and Christopher Lee. I'm sure I'll recognize others too. Uh, this was enough knowledge for me to play off the fact that I've actually seen the trilogy, when in reality I avoided it like the plague. I'm sorry, guys, please don't hate me. As you already know, since I've started the channel, I've watched films from genres I usually didn't used to like horror or westerns, but great films are great films, regardless of genre. And that is the reason why I wanted to watch Lord of the Rings, to experience this classic and give it the chance it rightfully deserves. Watching it with you guys just makes it more special. This is probably the only big franchise I have left to watch, except the Star Trek movies, as I've already watched the Godfather trilogy, the Matrix trilogy, Harry Potter franchise, the Star Wars franchise, and most other big ones. So get ready, grab a coffee or a snack, and let's get started with this journey. I'm excited. But before we get into it, to help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full-length reactions to this film and over 80 movies, early access and weekly polls for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy to watch along. The link's in the description below, by the way. Please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel. Do check out my other videos. Like if you like this video, dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, Peter Jackson. Let's go. Hey guys, to all my patrons who are watching this whole movie with me, I want to say thank you, and I hope you enjoy. And do let me know how I can improve this two-part formatting, so I can do the second and third films better. But let's get started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Is that Kate Blanchett's voice? The Lord of the Rings. The soundtrack, the score, it's so iconic. I've heard the music before. Oh, elves. Dwarves. And men. Men desire power. What else is new? Mordor. Mount Doom. The One Ring. To rule them all. Ah. Whoa. Holy CGI. Holy battle. This was 2001? Oh no. That's Sauron, I think, with the One Ring. They're just flying away. And cut off Sauron's finger with the ring. Wow. Was defeated, not dead. That's to be noted. Look at the size of that creature's finger. They truly are. What? D- does the ring have invisibility? It does have invisibility powers. And has a mind of its own. Wow. 2,500 years have passed. My precious Andy Serkis. Oh, it corrupts whoever holds it. Andy Serkis is so brilliant. And the CGI so far has been amazing for 2001. That means a total of 3,000 years have passed. Bilbo Baggins. He was played by Martin Freeman in the Hobbit films, if I'm not mistaken. Bilbo Baggins. It's Ian Holm here, but yeah. Cinematography, guys. And the change in music. This world has its own map. And it's considered the third age. Holy crap, so much exposition, the Fellowship of the Ring. So much exposition in the first 10 minutes. We already know a background to the ring, that there are dwarves, humans, elves, Sauron, Gollum. Hobbits stay up like that. Oh, he's starting to write the book. Hobbits look off in proportion. Holy crap. So they're very average creatures. Smoking, drinking, and eating. There's a Sean Astin. He plays Sam, I think. Happy birthday, Bilbo Baggins. Oh, it's Bilbo's birthday. So the hobbits are very down-to-earth type creatures. They want peace and quiet, alcohol, and smoking and food. And we get introduced to Frodo with a beautiful shot. Elijah Wood. That's Gandalf. If you can't already tell, I'm in love with the soundtrack, the score. That sounds a little cocky. Holy perspective! That's amazing. And Frodo is Bilbo's nephew. Amazing optical illusion. And look how green everything is. He's very good with words, Bilbo. Well, Bilbo has the ring. I wonder whether it's corrupting him or not. Again, the character framing here is brilliant. He can't find the ring. Okay, he has it. He almost had a panic attack, thinking that he almost lost it. It really influences you. They have dragons in this world. Look at those kids getting all excited. The music is so serene and simple, with a with beautiful flutes. I know this is shot somewhere in New Zealand. I think it's because of the ring, just like Gollum. Wow. I wonder how much of it is actual sets and how much is optical illusions, because that's amazing. A bit of visual humor. I think Gandalf has some suspicions. And, huh. They want the house because he's not dead yet. Baggins are smarter then? He wants to leave. Gandalf knows or has a feeling. He wants to leave permanently. Wow! What a wizard. Oh, Sam is shy. Stop scaring children, Bilbo. Hey, that's Dominic Monaghan. I remember him from Lost. All right, they're up to something mischievous. Those relatives. Wow. He almost told him. That's so impressive. Oh, they think it's an actual dragon. Nice. They're known for this. Oh, they're pretty big families. Levity-1. He's going for it. Peter Jackson is doing an amazing job with the camera work and us focusing on what he wants us to focus on. Sweaty. What a dramatic exit. I wonder whether he planned it like this. Looks like he did. And it looks like he knows the ring has powers. he plans to leave the ring. The dramatic change in music. Great acting. It doesn't want to leave the owner. Wow. That was intimidating. That scared the living crap out of Bilbo. Is he leaving with the ring then? It's a great way to show how much it can corrupt even a hobbit. Oh, the willpower. So Bilbo's off on his holiday, which he doesn't intend to return from, leaving the ring and his possessions to Frodo. Great camera perspective, showing the ring almost as if it's its own character, which it is, I bet. Oh, he didn't even touch the ring. Gandalf is distracted. I think he secretly is figuring it out. There you go. The entire fate of Middle-earth is now in Frodo's hands. That's Mount Doom, if I'm not mistaken, which we got introduced to earlier in Mordor. Is it? It looks dark and sinister, so I think it is. And I think that was Gollum's voice, Shire Baggins. Wow. What a what a beautiful shot. The production of this film must have taken years considering how detailed it already is in the first 30 minutes. And it's been what, 3,000 years, so Gandalf actually has to look it up and look up the history of the ring, I think. The person who cut the finger off Sauron. Precious. And it adjusts the size depending on who's wearing or owning it. They're creatures from Mount Doom, I think, looking for Baggins because they think Gollum told them that they think Baggins has the ring in the Shire. And looks like they're having a grand old merry time. That should be the motto of all hobbits. Just stay peaceful. Beautiful costumes, and I feel helpless in describing how beautiful this film is so far. It's just overwhelming. Every single thing is so detailed. Oh, somebody's broken in. Oh right, those creatures, I think. It's Gandalf. He's trying to destroy it, I think. Or it's stronger than average fire, I bet. Oh, he sees it. I've I've heard that before, but in a show called The Big Bang Theory. We saw that. Which Gandalf saw with his own eyes. Whispers. Oh. Orcs. So this film is about the second coming of Sauron. And his soul is somehow inside the ring. And as long as the ring is there, Sauron will always be there. That makes sense. He squealed. Yep, I was right. Andy Serkis's voice is so unique. And that's where these creatures are coming from. In the hands of this wizard, the ring would destroy everything. He recognizes it himself. I think the story's coming together. He needs to take the ring away from the Shire. This is unprecedented. They have no idea. Oh, even Gandalf has a boss. Another change in music. Excuse me. Oh, it's Sam. You're right. What a beautiful switch in tone. Ac- Accompanying Frodo. Frodo and Sam. Sam and Frodo. The dynamic duo. He can't wear the ring. So much responsibility on this young, innocent hobbit and his friend. I heard the character Sam in Game of Thrones is also based on this Sam. Um, I can see parallels with Jon Snow and Sam and um, Frodo and Sam. Obviously, these guys came 50 years before George R. R. Martin's story. Wow, that's symbolic. New Zealand is a beautiful country. I've lived in Australia, but I've never had the pleasure of just flying over to New Zealand. I've been to Tasmania and many different places, but I'm still yet to go to New Zealand. Oh, that looks good. Meat. Wow. It's almost like they're divine or ghostly. They have a shine to them. Where are they going? Sorry, guys, allergies. Mr. Frodo. So formal. Why does Frodo call Sam Sam and Sam call Frodo Mr. Frodo? Ooh, I've seen this character in pictures before. Saruman. Okay. Oh, Saruman's not happy. Great camera work. Oh, it's like a crystal ball. I've seen that image before of the red eye. Oh no, he was sinister looking from the beginning, and now it's confirmed. He is with Sauron. Oh no, Gandalf is alone. He has no help himself now. Okay, he's more powerful than Gandalf. Powerful magic, shot beautifully. I'm just going to put that aside for now. Hey, it's Dominic Monaghan and the other dude. Guys, I'm just going to concentrate more on the story than the filmmaking process, because the filmmaking process so far has been flawless and I can't praise it enough. And the story is like super complicated, so I'm going to focus a little more on that. Awesome camera work, zooming out while moving behind. Now there are four of them. Pippin, Frodo, Sam, and the other dude. Other hobbit. One of the nine. I don't know their names though. Ugh. It smells the ring. Oh, he's resisting. That was intense. He was almost compelled to put it on because the ring wants to be found. I wonder whether in 2001 this film was shot on film or shot digitally. I think on film. Or maybe digitally, I don't know. Are they scared of water? Apparently so. The moonlight is being used perfectly to cast those shadows and make it even more ominous and dark. Again, beautiful perspective work here. Holy crap. These sets are on another level. Was that Peter Jackson? Looked like it with a beard. The Prancing Pony. That's where Gandalf was supposed to be, but I'm sure he can't make it. He was attacked by Saruman. Those are clearly men. Oh. The human sounds a little condescending, calling them little over and over again. That's Viggo Mortensen. I could tell from his butt chin. Strider. Oh, he's falling into temptation again. Don't do it, Frodo. Oh man, he gave them away. And the Strider, or Strider, he wore the ring and they know where he is now. Holy crap. Oh, the ring takes you to a different realm? I have to assume that's Sauron. Vigo. Okay, he's not a bad guy. They're here already. Holy crap, that's fast. Oh, wow. Their costume design is amazing. No, they shouldn't be here. I'd be really surprised if they are. Strider. Oh, temptation. Temptation led these men into becoming Nazguls. That's a painting in the background, but it's so well done. To the wild. Exactly what I was about to say. They have no choice. That's where Bilbo Baggins is, if I'm not mistaken. The story is slow, but it's coming together, and there's so much exposition that it's crazy. Super. Locations are unique. I've never seen shrubberies like that before. Oh, it's a swamp. Oh, he has a woman. Or does he? Oh, that's sad. Saruman is completely corrupted. And I assume those are the orcs that were spoken of earlier. So orcs are bad. Humans are good. Hobbits are good, but we haven't met the elves yet. And I wonder whether wizards are a separate, like, is Gandalf a separate species, or are they part of one of the ones we've already seen? Holy tower! So Gandalf is trapped, held prisoner in that tower. Please let me know how faithful these adaptations are of Tolkien's actual work. I'd really like to know, because it's really captivating so far. Oh, the fire! They're already here. Oh man. Where's Strider? Oh man, these hobbits can't defend themselves. Wow. I have to admit, the film looks so beautiful in 4K ultra wide. Run, Frodo, you don't have a chance, dude. Ooh, or you can wear the ring and become invisible, but they'll know where you are. Wow. We can actually see them. Great CGI. Oh, he's here. Oh, coming in clutch. Frodo has the willpower to take the ring off again. And he's single-handedly holding them off. Oh man, he's impressive. Awesome work with the lighting, the choreography, and the camera work. Honestly, I thought these Nazguls would be more powerful than they actually are. Strider alone just defeated a couple of them. Oh, good thing they're going to the elves anyway. Gandalf is outnumbered, outpowered, and held prisoner. I wonder what they're building underground. Camera work. That was a single shot, by the way. Oh, they're forging weapons. That makes sense. Okay, they're forging weapons using all these trees to create fire. Ugh. And they're creating these creatures almost as if from the depths of hell itself. Are they creating those creatures or were they buried there for 3,000 years? That's something I have to figure out. It's an elf. We can tell from the shine. Elves shine. Almost heavenly. Opposite of orcs, I think. Liv Tyler, she still is. She was so beautiful. Arwen. Oh, she isn't shiny anymore. Ooh, they have a connection, and they know each other quite well. Strider trusts Alwern. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name. I've only heard it once. She's faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I count 8 of them. The music is so epic. And the visuals, they're very raw and cut very well. Again, they can't cross the water. This is the second time we've seen that. The Nazgul can't cross water. Oh, they can cross water. Looks like she's surprised. And she has powers, summoning a flood of sorts, shaped like horses. Wow, I did not expect that. But Frodo's in a bad shape now. He's turning white. His eyes are losing their color. But he has to be alive, right? Hugo Weaving. Elrond. I've heard that name before. Gandalf's here. How did he get out of his predicament? Uh, wow, visual effects. He's being carried away by a bird. I think he summoned the bird with the butterfly. So you have chosen death. I've heard that phrase as well. Wow. He didn't tell Frodo? Oh, that was just for us. Every time we see Sam, the music changes. Lord Elrond. Lord Elrond of Rivendell. Wow, the area or the city of the elves, it's magical, divine, colorful, almost overly saturated, and a little overexposed on purpose to make it look heavenly, beautiful. I don't know how much of these are sets, how much of this is CGI, but they're blended together so well in 2001, I can't tell. That's insane. I can't believe I didn't give this a proper chance. And Bilbo's here, writing his book. And look how much he's aged already. In the past couple of days or weeks. You don't have the ring anymore, my friend. Or Frodo. But the ring can't be in Rivendell because they'll get attacked. They'll get attacked. Will it? Exactly what I was thinking. Hobbits are so simple creatures. He's innocent. Ugh. Orcs and goblin men. Sean Bean. Orlando Bloom. Orlando Bloom's an elf. And I've seen this character as well in pictures. We've seen the elves leave. Men are greedy. Men are get corrupt. Yep. He had he had the opportunity to destroy the ring, the heir, but he didn't. He kept it for himself. Isildur. Isildur. Temptation took over Isildur. Don't say it's precious. So it's all men's fault. Ooh, and a cut to Strider, Mortison's character. I wonder whether he's the dude. That's good filmmaking to keep me questioning it. I wonder whether Sean Bean will die in this one too. Like 80% of all films I've seen Sean Bean in, he dies. Okay. That's an awkward silence that I think we should take note of. 3,000 years old, still sharp. He's the heir. And he's scared. That's why he abandoned, because he's scared that he might be tempted to. But she believes in him. Okay. They're in love. She's willing to give up her immortality. She's so in love. So this mortal man fell in love with this immortal elf who's willing to give up her immortality. That's beautiful. So is the music. So is this scene. How it's framed with the background. Wow. They're having a great meeting to decide what happens to the ring. Men are here. So it is true, I've seen that meme before. So the men are here, the elves are here, the hobbits are here, and they're all deciding. Temptation again. He's tempted. Wise words, Strider. Oh, it's being revealed. Aragorn. Wow. Isildur's heir. Leg plus. Is he being set up as an antagonist? But he's human. I mean, man. And it can only be destroyed at Mount Doom. And it seems to have a connection to Frodo. Gimli. Where's Mount Doom? Now. And now the quest is beginning. Silence. I've heard that before. Yep, we've seen that eye before. Oh. It's the ring that's causing the conflict and attracting Frodo. But it looks like Frodo is the least tempted. Nobody even listens to him. But Gandalf doesn't like the idea, apparently. They're siding with Frodo. They're all coming together because of the Hobbit, because they know they're not easily corrupted and they're simple people. Amazing, amazing perspective work. Sam always listening in. So are Pippin and I forgot the other guy's name. The Fellowship of the Ring. Pippin. I love the bits of humor presented, so the story isn't all like super serious. But it is a little hard to follow and remember all these names. I need to obviously rewatch this, and I will. Ooh, that sword. That severed Sauron's hand. Wow. The ring. Oh, that scared me. That actually scared me. That was so well done. Oh man, there's regret in his voice. The ultimate quest. The fellowship. He must go first. That's symbolic. Unspoken words. Shown beautifully by Peter Jackson. And I think their love is kind of a secret, or else they wouldn't be hiding it like that. These shots are just insane. Like I said before, New Zealand is a beautiful country. Epic, epic music. Days. Oh. Crabine. They must be creatures from Mordor. Probably scouts. To lead the Nazgul to them, I think. Spy, exactly, scouts. Oh, they're from Saruman, not Sauron. Okay. Oh no. Sean Bean. Boromir has the ring. Do it, dude. You're not equipped psychologically to handle that. Yeah, right. Your face doesn't say so. Strider, as in Aragorn. Aragon doesn't like that. Now Saruman has the information. A more dangerous road than that? They're almost frozen. Oh, they're being attacked already. Somehow. Oh, he's summoning some sort of magic. What a shot. What a powerful wizard. Editing this film will be so difficult because all these scenes are important. Man, it'll be so difficult. Gimli. Dwarves. I wonder whether Gandalf can hear Saruman. Good call. He's not corrupted. What does your uncorrupted mind say, Frodo? Gandalf is a great wizard. He's aware of his strengths and weaknesses. What a change in atmosphere from the snowy mountains to the dark caves lit by the moonlight. Wow. Everything is so beautiful. I just can't stop praising the actual filmmaking. Not the right password. They're out in the open like this, exposed, so it is a reason to be concerned. They've already attracted attention, or they have. Oh, he solved it. Frodo, Frodo, Frodo. You're the champ. Gimli. Oh, everybody's dead. Poor Gimli. Goblins. They have goblins. Humans, elves, dwarves, goblins. Oh, crap. Oh man, awesome CGI. And come on, Fellowship, save Frodo from this creature. Octopus looking creature. Oh man, the CGI is so good. It's blending in with everything else so well. Even the shadows look pretty accurate, which is amazing for 2001. Must have taken weeks and weeks or months to render these amazing scenes. Goblins, orcs, humans, dwarves, elves, wizards. So many different types of creatures in this world. Wow, look at these massive mines. They must have been mining for hundreds, if not thousands of years to make all that. That looks like an endless pit. Frodo has it now. Frodo's choosing to keep that to himself. Interesting. Oh, the other dude's name is Merry. Okay, then there's Merry and Pippin. All right. Gollum is here. He wants the ring. Oh. My precious. Smeagol. Ah, that's who Smeagol is. It's Gollum. Smeagol turned into Gollum. Wise words, Gandalf. Okay. Pity of Bilbo, rule the fate of many. Beautiful music. So appropriate and contemplative. Ooh, they're themes of destiny. You were meant to have it. beautiful, along with the revealing music. And the lighting work by Peter Jackson is just divine. Oh, he's worried about his cousin, who's already dead, probably. Looks like they've been dead a while, judging by all those webs and dust. Those were the last words. They're coming. Oh, Pippin. You messed up big time. That's a lot of sound and noise. Silence again. He had it coming. Orcs are here! Orcs are here! The sword turned blue. And trolls are also real in this universe. So accurate with the bow and arrow. Oh, and finally a proper battle. Oh, this must be the troll. Beautiful character design and CGI. It looks straight out of a fantasy book. How I'd imagine a troll to look like. Oh, Aragon. Ooh, that's CGI, but pretty well done for 2001. Sam. Aragon is such a badass. Fearless. But he is a man, after all. So he's not immortal or anything. Excuse me. Wait. Frodo is stabbed again? The sacrifices this hobbit makes for the good of the world. He's really pure of heart. But he can't die. I'm sure he... Holy crap, that's a big wound. Frodo has to take the ring to Mordor. To Mount Doom. Knowing that there are 3 films gives Frodo a little plot armor for me, so... There. They've successfully killed the troll. Come on, dear Frodo. Oh, Mithir, if I remember correctly. It's the armor. Mithril, not Mithril. Mithril. For a second there, I was scared for him. Kisseldoom. That's the place Saruman was referring to. There's something bad there. They're pretty outnumbered. And the orcs are appearing from the cracks of the earth. Oh man, the Fellowship is in trouble. Epic. The scale of this film is epic. Do something, Gandalf, the great wizard. Is that Saruman or Sauron? Oh no, no. The orcs are actually scared. Balrog. Oh. So that troll was exactly that, a troll. But a Balrog is something even more dangerous that they can't fight. There it is. The music. It sounds like they're going into the depths of hell. Almost chanting music. If I'm not mistaken, the score was done by Howard Shore, who's a genius. Shore also works a lot with David Cronenberg. I always can't seem to follow the story if I'm focusing too much on the filmmaking. And I forget the name of Orlando Bloom's character, but he's an amazing shot with the bow and arrow. I really like Gimli. He has he's just proud of himself and his people. Make the jump, my friend. The Boromir is here. Jump! Oh, nice. They didn't have to jump. Triumphant music. and beautiful visuals. Okay, so that's Boromir. It's like a hellspawn. Fire fire breathing hellspawn lit on fire. And this is the bridge. I've heard the lines "You shall not pass," but I don't know where it's from. But this seems like an appropriate place to use it. You cannot pass, not you shall not pass. Oh. Amazing. Jeez. Creature design is so good. You shall not pass. A powerful wizard indeed. Oh, huh. Did he let go intentionally? Is is he dead? Dead? The music definitely suggests that he's dead. Oh man, I felt that. I think that's CGI because the characters lack proper shadows. But then again, it's so tastefully done for 2001. I'm just amazed. Oh, Pippin regrets it. Because so does everybody else. But Pippin made the sound that led the orcs and the troll first. Legolas. That's what's Orlando Bloom's character is called. It looks like the hobbits are very emotional creatures compared to men or dwarves. The burden this hobbit must bear. So great. Yeah, I think I have to go to New Zealand, don't I? I want to see these places with my own eyes. Man, I used to live in Australia. I had the chance to actually go down to New Zealand. I didn't. I instead spent the time driving around Australia and discovering that country, which is beautiful by itself. But look at New Zealand. PAL 1. He's hearing voices again. More elves? A different faction. Okay. Gimli. Oh, they look down on dwarves, elves. Yeah, of course. I think he's trying to convince them. Good advice for a morally grey character. Boromir. The Fellowship has lost one member. The great Gandalf the Great. How do I remember all these names, guys? There's so many. Wow. I'm just going to stop praising the sets. The imagination of Tolkien brought to life by Peter Jackson. Kate Blanchett. He probably thought ahead. Fly, you fools. They still have Aragon, the Strider. Frodo is literally haunted by whispers, and I'm pretty sure he has no idea who or what's saying all this to him. He assumes it's all evil because he's never heard this before. Sean Bean is doing an excellent job in portraying a morally conflicted character. So is Viggo Mortensen in portraying a morally strong character. The differences are evident and they are appreciated. Dude, Frodo, you have the ring. Don't stray too far away from the fellowship. Is he being tempted? That will be pretty much. The Shire. Is being attacked by orcs. Sauron. Oh, good for you, Frodo. Ah. The ring will corrupt them. Show your true colors. She's proud of herself. She resisted the temptation. She also has one of the rings. That's so beautiful. I must imagine the book readers feeling when they read that. Great character design. Elves turn into orcs. Okay. Yeah, their ears are pointed. Okay, okay. They won the hobbits. Holy crap. The white swan. I wonder what that symbolizes. Merry and Pippin. I'm sure each and every one of these artifacts have their own history in the books. The immortality question. There's much you have yet to do. Wow. He's definitely going to use it at one point. I think the elves in this film represent purity. I might be wrong, but that's what it feels like. Wow. I wonder where this is. Probably more of New Zealand, which is surprising because they have a they have quite the diversity when it comes to nature. The orcs are catching up. It's almost like the Fellowship hears them. Gollum! I forgot about Gollum. He still has been on their tracks. This must be Sam's theme, Sam Wise's theme. Every time he shows the goodness of his heart, we hear this theme. Ooh, Boromir is getting aggressive. And he doesn't like the fact that Aragorn doesn't trust men. Yep. Just like it was foretold by Kate Blanchett's character, I think Boromir will be the betrayer, because everyone else has not been set up like that since the second act of the film. Wow. Isildur. Or one of his ancestors. Or the scale. Look at the scale. It's almost telling travelers to stop. I would love to see the civilization that actually built these massive statues carved from the mountain. Boromir isn't looking too good. What do you feel, Legolas? The main motif of this score is just so beautiful. It just sounds like it belongs. He gets a bad feeling from Boromir. What do you mean by that? He's moving backwards. He's scared. He's the one. Oh, poor Boromir. The ring is too strong for you. Run, 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 run. Oh, he wore the ring. Everybody knows where he is now. The Nazgul know where he is. Sauron knows where he is. The orcs probably figured it out as well. Oh, Boromir lost it. Oh no, he can't be trusted. The Fellowship is 7 people now. 7 beings now. Now the ring is not around him and he realizes what he's done. He had no choice though. He can be easily outpowered by Boromir. The Eye. The Eye of Sauron. And yet again, Frodo has the will and the power to take the ring off, the determination. But I don't know where he is anymore. He's alone. Oh. He doesn't trust anyone, just like Gandalf said. You're a strong person, Aragorn. Resist, my friend. And he realizes that he has temptation. He wants to go at it alone. Orcs are here, orcs are here. The sword is blue. I'm such a big fan of the Strider. Aragorn. Righteousness. A champion of men. And Samwise Gamgee is not giving up on his friend. I guess this film is ultimately about good and evil and resisting evil for the overall good. This is way more than I expected from this film. No, no, Frodo, I know. Their bravery, they're finally brave. They're leading them away from Frodo because they're also hobbits. Merry and Pippin are surrounded. Oh, Boromir. Redeem yourself, my friend. I know you're not a bad person. It's the ring. And Legolas. With his insane arrow skills. Wow. What's the purpose of the horn? To draw the orcs or to get the attention of the rest of the fellowship? What an amazing scene. Oh, Boromir. Is that through his heart? He's a good man. He's a good man. Why does Sean Bean have to die? He's a he's an expert at dying scenes. Clearly. They were not instructed to kill the hobbits, but to take them alive. You have redeemed yourself. At least in my eyes, Boromir, you have. If the ring can tempt someone like Gandalf, I don't blame you. Aragorn! Good God. Ah, no head. Oh, he regrets it. You have. Oh, he accepts him as his king, which he couldn't do earlier. Oh, that almost made me emotional, guys. Holy crap. What a beautifully acted, written, and directed scene. Frodo's alone. But I wonder what happened to Samwise. We didn't see him kidnapped. There he is. Sounds of the wind. Just Frodo. Beautiful words. It's the music of the Shire, providing him with motivation and inspiration to keep moving forward. This is beautiful auditory storytelling. Just based on the music, I can tell how he's feeling. He'd rather die than leave his friend behind. Integrity, honor. Wow, this is surprisingly emotional too. What a bromance. And I'm using that term unsarcastically. I didn't know a fantasy film like this could get me so emotional and invested. Holy crap. Goodbye, Boromir. You tried your best. They are not to follow them. Temptation. No, it's just begun. Now there are two teams. Half the Fellowship will try to rescue Merry and Pippin. Frodo and Sam will try to destroy the ring by taking it to Mount Doom. In Mordor. The always hopeful Sam. Just these two hobbits, alone on this quest, surrounded by orcs and Saruman and Sauron's dark forces. And the film ends! First off, I feel like an idiot for not watching this before. And on the other hand, I'm kind of glad because I would not have appreciated this even 5-7 years ago. Thank you guys. Okay, I took quite a while to collect my thoughts. First off, that was amazing. There are no two ways about it. The entire experience was breathtaking. From the cinematography, storytelling, score, sound design, to the acting, sets, costumes, special and practical effects, and CGI. The film was almost flawless. I can't find a single proper criticism of the film except the length, which is not even a valid criticism since there was so much lore and story behind what we were seeing. Peter Jackson's world building is second to none. Let's get right into it with the directing by Peter Jackson and the writing by him, Fran Walsh, and Philippa Boyens. I know the screenplay was based on Tolkien's classic, The Fellowship of the Ring, which is legendary in itself. Adapting such a famous piece of work must have been incredibly difficult. The end result was spectacular though. The story was pretty uncomplicated in its basic form. There is a ring that must be destroyed, and a fellowship is formed to destroy it, led by Frodo and aided by Samwise, Gandalf, Aragorn, Boromir, Legolas, Merry, Pippin, and Gimli. The film ends with Frodo and Sam alone, with the others apparently dead or too tempted by the ring's power. What's amazing is how this simple story can be told in the most intricate of ways. There's an entire world of creatures and characters which make this feel alive. Just for my first viewing, I saw men, dwarves, hobbits, wizards, elves, orcs, and whatever Sauron was, that Eye of Power, I think. I feel like I barely scratched the surface of this amazing world, and trust me when I say it has me hooked. I can't wait to see what happens next and where this mighty quest takes Sam and Frodo and the rest of the Fellowship next. The cinematography of this film was divine. If I'm using the same words, it's because I've officially run out of adjectives to describe how beautiful this film was. Every single shot was masterfully framed and presented. There were so many locations, and I have to admit, New Zealand is an otherworldly place. Starting from the lush green of the Shire, to the top of the snow-capped mountains, to the dark and sinister caves to the heavenly home of the elves, Rivendell. Each and every place was filled with imagination and made with pure love of the source material. I am very happy that we did not get to see too much of Mordor, and Jackson chose to leave it like a little of a mystery. I think it'll be explored more in the sequels. The camera work itself was also flawless. The characters were framed perfectly, and I couldn't be happier with the choice in lenses. Almost every trick in the cinematographer's handbook was used to bring this world alive. It felt real. Putting the characters aside, the locations were also shot with an epicness. The landscape shots of every single location, from the Shire to Rivendell to Parth Galen, were shot to give a sense of scale. It's almost like the Fellowship was just a tiny speck in this massive Middle Earth. The score of this film was by the legendary Howard Shore. Just like every other aspect, it was perfect and used so very appropriately. The main motif was just legendary, and given the context that I have now, I would call it a masterpiece. I noticed quite a few characters or locations had their own themes, like the one used whenever Samwise does something good, or every time we get to see the Shire. I'm sure we'll get more of Howard Shore's music in the sequels. The sound design itself was convincing, and everything sounded like they had weight to them, especially the sounds of nature and the weapons used. I'm amazed how good sound design can affect the narrative so greatly. It was mighty impressive. The practical and special effects and the CGI were the best I've seen until 2001. I can pretty much guarantee that no other film had this level of technical achievement before 2001. There was a ton of CGI used, and a few scenes did catch my eye. I can only imagine how much of the CGI my eyes couldn't catch. I'm betting a lot. Most of the shadow work and the movement animations of the CGI characters were done very well for 2001. Unless it was in extreme close-up shots, I couldn't tell what I was looking at. The perspective work, by that I mean the optical illusions that were used, were brilliant. I don't believe I've seen it used to this extent before. The way Jackson shot the hobbits or the dwarves, that was insanely convincing. The human eye is very easy to trick, and Jackson was a master at trickery. The sets and props in this film were another highlight for me. The real locations were beautiful and blended with the sets very well. The Shire, for example, felt like a living, breathing place that I could almost visit, whereas I wouldn't dare to go to the mines of Moria. The props used, like the sword that turns blue, given to Frodo by Bilbo, and the One Ring themselves were so detailed and meticulously made that I had a hard time telling the CGI from the prop. I can't praise the production values of this film highly enough. Since there are so many notable actors and characters, I will talk about them individually, but I want to reserve my full judgment of the characters for the final review of the trilogy. Frodo Baggins was played by Elijah Wood, who was great in his role as the Hobbit, with an uncorrupted heart who has the ultimate mission to destroy the One Ring by taking it to Mordor. His character was complex and had a great deal of depth, and Wood's performance reflected that. He had to bear a responsibility he never wanted or asked for, but he does it with honor. Initially scared, but by the time we see the council's meeting, he knows that he's the only one that can take the ring to Mount Doom to destroy it. His friends, the Fellowship, help him and show him the way, even though they themselves are weak to the ring's corruption and temptation. Gandalf the Grey was played by the great Ian McKellen. He was just majestic in his role. He felt larger than life, and in my opinion, Gandalf shines especially bright in two aspects. First, when he's speaking his wise words or giving Frodo advice, and second, when he's using his powers. The whole world turns dark, and his voice becomes almost godlike, making him very intimidating indeed. His death was surprising, but I feel like Gandalf has a plan, and he wouldn't let go of the cliff that easily. We'll see what happens to his plan in the sequel. Viggo Mortensen played Aragorn the Strider. He was one of my, if not my favorite character in the film. He played his role with a reserved righteousness. He was reluctant when first revealed to be the heir of Isildur. That not only shows humility, it shows that he recognizes that the hearts of men are easily corrupted. I really want to see him get back his throne, and I hope he will. Samwise Gamgee was portrayed by Sean Astin. He was the ever-present best friend of Frodo. His character was pure innocence personified. Bound by his promise to Gandalf, Samwise would rather die than leave Frodo behind, and that level of friendship is very admirable. He was the only person left with Frodo at the end. Sean Bean played Boromir. He played the morally grey character to perfection. I was never sure of his actions or his intentions, and that goes to show the level of acting from Bean. Just like every other role he played, he unsurprisingly dies. However, he overcomes his betrayal and really redeems himself, although skeptical of the Fellowship's success in his final moments. He deserved and had a hero's death. Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan played Pippin and Merry, respectively. Both these characters were very well acted. They were a certain comic relief to the serious plot that was unfolding. They unintentionally do very dumb things that have grave consequences in the future. The important thing is that both their hearts are in the right place. Their fate is unknown by the end, as they were kidnapped by the orcs and taken to Saruman with the rest of the Fellowship hot on their heels. Orlando Bloom played Legolas. He was pretty good in his role, but I feel like he was the least developed character in the Fellowship. He had amazing skills with the bow and arrow, and his fighting sequences were just a joy to watch, but I feel like I don't know him as well as others in the group. I guess that's not a bad thing, because I know there are more films, and I'm sure we'll get to see more of him soon enough. Liv Tyler and Hugo Weaving played Arwen and Elrond, respectively. They were residents of Rivendell, and both these characters were portrayed excellently by these actors. All the elves in the film had a divine aura around them, almost washed out and heavenly. I think they represent purity in this world. Again, I think I don't know them well enough to have a solid opinion on them, and I look forward to seeing more of them in the future. Ian Holm played Bilbo Baggins. He was great in his role, and I love the moments he had to resist the temptation of the ring. The only jump scare in this film was by him, and it worked so well on me. It was when he almost took back the ring from Frodo. His face changes to almost like Gollum's. That was brilliant and horrifying to watch at the same time. I also like the fact that as soon as he gave up the ring, he started aging rapidly. I don't know whether we'll get to see him again, but I really hope so. Christopher Lee was Saruman, another solid performance. I didn't expect him to betray Gandalf like that. I get his reasoning though, that Sauron is just too strong to resist. I wonder how a great wizard like that could get corrupted so easily. His character was not fully revealed in this film, and I feel like he will have a bigger role to play in the future. Finally, Salah Baker played Sauron, who was very intimidating. I don't believe we get to see his face, but it's almost like we felt him. His whispers were haunting, and I genuinely was scared for Frodo and the rest of the Fellowship at times. I'm a little confused still about his mortality, as in, if his soul was bound to the ring, how can he exist as an overseeing eye at two different places? I'm sure there's an explanation missing, or one will be provided in the future. I don't have a criticism section for this film, so let's just move on to the conclusion. Overall, I feel like this was one of the best filmed movies ever. Certainly one of the greatest epic fantasies ever made. Peter Jackson was a master at his craft, and this film just felt like a prelude to something much bigger and darker, a story we have yet to watch. I absolutely loved each and every second of this film, and I'm kind of glad I get to watch this film with you guys. This was by far my longest review, and I hope you guys enjoyed the film as much as I enjoyed watching it. I eagerly look forward to the next installation. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel. Do check out my other videos. Like if you liked this video. Dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.